PR nightmares, an incompetent commissioner, and now a trans war. James COHEN reveals why the WNBA must make a change now or risk fumbling Caitlin Clark and its big chance at success. On paper, the WNBA should be celebrating a glorious new era. The league kicked off 2026 riding the crest of a massive 11-year, $2.2 billion TV deal, the kind of money that would have seemed impossible to secure just 5 years ago. Television numbers are up 12% on this stage of last season, and all-star ratings surged by a staggering 44% in further examples of the league's growth.
Love watermelon but hate the sticky cutting mess? This compact 2-in-1 tool slices neat cubes and flips into a retractable fork for easy serving at parties, picnics, or home. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/3 right now.
Furthermore, for the first time in history, more fans packed out the stands for the WNBA All-Star Game in Chicago than the men's NBA equivalent. Add in a brand new video referee system, and the product on the court has never looked better. Yet beneath the surface, the league is sinking in a swamp of its own making. Every single week seems to bring another toxic PR crisis, another culture war, or another administrative embarrassment. Seldom is there a quiet week in the WNBA, and it's rarely ever to do with what's actually happening on the basketball court. On paper, the WNBA should be celebrating a glorious new era, yet, in reality, the league appears to be sinking in a swamp of its own making amid a myriad of controversies lately. Questions have been asked about the leadership credentials of Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. The league have been accused of killing their golden goose, Caitlin Clark, in recent years. Make no mistake, the relentless narrative issues surrounding the WNBA aren't entirely its fault, but the league doesn't seem to have any strategy for fixing things. And nowhere is this incompetence more blatant than the appalling treatment towards Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark, who has been subjected to controversy ever since being drafted into the league in April 2024. Clark is, undoubtedly, the greatest cash cow the sport has ever seen. She single-handedly put millions of eyes and dollars into a league that desperately needed them. Yet the WNBA's handling of its biggest star borders on outright negligence. Rather than wrapping their golden goose in cotton wool, league bosses have allowed Clark to be thrown to the wolves on multiple occasions. She has been left at breaking point, battered by nonstop analysis, commentary, and physical confrontations. In a recent interview on ESPN's SportsCenter, a visibly drained Clark admitted she was emotionally exhausted by the circus surrounding her every move. She described how she cannot walk out of a locker room without dreading what the next storyline about her will be, adding, "It makes your shoulders tense. People don't want to talk about the basketball, they just want to stir it up and make something else." But instead of jumping to her defense, the basketball establishment turned on her. ESPN analyst Monica McNutt publicly blasted the young star, demanding Clark take accountability for the discourse. A 24-year-old taking the brunt of unprecedented hate was being told to apologize for it. WNBA star Clark recently admitted she is emotionally exhausted and drained by the nonstop controversy surrounding her, as she opened up in a rare and candid interview with ESPN. Alyssa Thomas ignited outrage after she was seen punching Clark in the neck during a game. Clark has constantly been the target of on-court conflict since arriving in the league in 2024. ESPN's Monica McNutt sparked backlash on ESPN's Women's Sports Sunday studio show after telling Clark to take accountability regarding the controversy that surrounds her. Opponents treat Clark like an open target. This year alone, she has absorbed a string of hard fouls, including one from Alyssa Thomas that connected with her throat and prompted the league to hand down a one-game ban, which felt like nothing more than a shrug from WNBA higher-ups. As part of its 30th anniversary celebrations, the WNBA released a commemorative print featuring 30 of its past and present stars. Clark, the league's biggest ratings generator, merchandise seller, and the reason for that record-breaking media deal, was nowhere on it. The league later put the omission down to licensing technicalities rather than a deliberate snub. But optics matter, and this was an organization that has repeatedly struggled to read a room. Fans reacted with fury, and analysts, including Outkick's Clay Travis, accused the league of doing everything they can to kill its golden goose. Which brings us to the person who is meant to be steering the ship, but, in reality, whose leadership looks increasingly threadbare. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. Players across the league openly admit they have zero relationship with the woman running the sport, which isn't exactly a great reflection on her tenure in charge. Las Vegas Aces superstar Aja Wilson, a four-time MVP and three-time champion, was blunt when recently asked about her relationship with the commissioner. The WNBA posted an image showing some of the league's most famous faces, past and present, to celebrate its 30th anniversary. Yet Caitlin Clark was nowhere to be seen. A number of stars revealed that they have no relationship with WNBA Commissioner Engelbert. Las Vegas Aces superstar Aja Wilson, a four-time MVP and three-time champion, said, "My only relationship with Kathy is when she hands me awards." At All-Star Weekend, she said, "My only relationship with Kathy is when she hands me awards, which is great. But I think when it comes to leadership, I'm always big on bonds. Big on connection on a deeper level." That is not the description of a healthy partnership between a league and its brightest asset. It is a description of a landlord, not a leader. Nafisa Collier openly criticized Engelbert's leadership last season, and ESPN's Chiny Aguamike voiced her own concerns that the commissioner is falling short of building relationships with the league's top stars. With Engelbert's contract set to expire this year, the WNBA has the chance to reset. Whether it takes, it will say everything about how seriously it takes the warning signs. The league's inability to navigate the political currents swirling around the sport without making things worse only adds to the image of an organization without a plan. Compare that to most other major leagues, where these flashpoints rarely spill into public farce, and the WNBA's struggles almost look self-inflicted. Take the recent outrage following Sophie Cunningham's comments on trans athletes. The Indiana Fever guard drew intense scrutiny recently when she spoke out about protecting girls from playing against biological men in an interview with ESPN, before later doubling down on her comments amid a fierce wave of fan backlash. Indiana Fever star Sophie Cunningham recently sparked controversy when she spoke out about protecting girls from playing against biological men in an interview with ESPN. People gathered in support of Cunningham in Seattle before the game started on Tuesday night. Cunningham's rival, Stephanie Dawson, wore a t-shirt which read "Trans rights are human rights." Celeste Keaton-Wright has been suspended by the WNBA for berating two women at a game. The women left accused Keaton of calling them ing insane and berating them over their support for Sophie Cunningham. The backlash was instant as rival Stephanie Dawson turned their pregame tunnel into a political battleground, rocking up in a t-shirt reading, "Trans rights are human rights." A viral video captured Seattle Storm co-owner Celeste Keaton screaming at fans in the stands, branding them ing insane for daring to support Cunningham. The WNBA suspended Keaton for 5 games and issued a fine. Compare that with the NBA, which forced Donald Sterling to sell the Los Angeles Clippers entirely over racist remarks made in a private conversation. As one widely shared observation on social media put it, the NBA forced out an owner for offensive private comments, while the WNBA suspended one for a handful of games after she was filmed berating teenage girls at a public game. To make matters worse, the league keeps scoring embarrassing own goals. In a mind-boggling blunder this week, the official WNBA X account uploaded a video showing Angel Reese and Paige Buchers placing a $400 cash bet on their game. The WNBA deleted a video of Angel Reese and Paige Buchers gambling on their own game. Buchers was then asked about the bet before Wednesday's game in the now-deleted clip. Reese and the Dream beat Buchers' wings in their first game after the WNBA's All-Star break. In an era where sports betting rules are fiercely enforced, promoting your own players gambling on league games is institutional madness. The post was quietly deleted after public outrage, followed by a limp PR statement admitting the video missed the mark and promising to re-emphasize betting policies to its players. It was amateur hour at its absolute finest. Add to that the backlash the league received after its players declined to wear USA 250 badges during All-Star Weekend, breaking the practice of every other major American league marking the nation's 250th anniversary, and a pattern starts to form. None of these episodes, individually, are catastrophic. But collectively, they paint a picture of an organization that is being carried by the brilliance of its players, while its own decision-making saps away the goodwill that success should be generating. The WNBA has genuinely never had it this good. It also, right now, does not appear to have the first idea how to hold on to it.